Hey guys, what's up? It's me again coming at you live. Episode 1 of Hypertrophy Studies. Now, this interesting, let me pull it up because I actually saved all the different studies that might benefit me on Notepad on my laptop. This is actually interesting. This difference between myofibular, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, myofibular hypertrophy and sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. Now, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is pretty much when, say you train for a long period of time on attention, and your body uses up all the energy stores around the muscles. Pretty much your body makes up to make it as simple as possible. Your body creates more space so that you won't tire out that easily next time. Your body uses ATP and all these things for energy sources when you lift weights. If you lift for a long period of time, your body empties all these glycogen stores and all these different things. And if you give your body enough time to recover, it makes more room. It swells from within pretty much. So that's sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. It allows you to get bigger through time on attention, through emptying or depleting the stores from the fluid that's around the muscle. Now, myofibular hypertrophy, that's more like the powerlifting and hypertrophy, kind of like when you lift a lot heavy, you're training for strength, your body actually breaks down the muscle fibers. We all know that, and now your body tries to rebuild stronger so it won't break down that easily next time. So that's like training in 1 to 5 rep range, 1 to 6 rep range. When you're lifting really heavy, you're putting that immense amount of stress on your body. So your muscle fibers just rip or tear, whatever you want to call it, and they have to rebuild stronger. Now the difference is pretty much it's the rep range, the weights that you're using. Now, so this studies they're trying to figure out which one is better. Now, what's interesting is they measured protein synthesis, because that's how you really know how a program or a certain training style is working is if you study protein synthesis, meaning when your body uses protein to build muscle, to make it simple. So they had two groups of, I think, let me see, they had two groups of men training on the leg press. Most of you are familiar with that story, I hope. One group was doing 30% of their 1 rep max, meaning it was really light. Meaning if your 1 rep max was 100 pounds, they were using 30 pounds. Meaning they were probably doing rep ranges from anywhere from 20 and up. So they were doing 4 sets to failure, which is clearly sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. They're doing a lot of tension, a lot of reps. And the other group was doing myofibular hypertrophy training, meaning they were lifting 90% of their 1 rep max. They were lifting really heavy. Probably they'll go to failure maybe anywhere from 2 to 3 reps, maybe 4 reps. So you have one group doing really heavy, another group doing really light, but they were both going to failure, and they were trying to figure out, okay, post workout, what resulted in the greatest increase of muscle mass, and they found out which is very interesting. It's very weird. Let me see. 4 hours later, protein synthesis was elevated in both groups, meaning they were both, recovering, building muscle, whatever. But the difference is the group that trained with 30% of their 1 rep max, meaning they were doing more reps, more time on attention, their protein synthesis was elevated for up to 24 hours and later. But the group that was doing really heavy, their protein synthesis was only elevated for up to like after, let's see, only for like the first 4 hours, and 24 hours later it was pretty much back to the regular levels. So you could apply that to your training methods, your training program. You notice that try to combine both, because I'm not trying to say one is better than the other. Obviously, you want to lift heavy because you recruit more motor units and stuff like that. But at the same time, you also want to do tension training, where you're actually doing a little more higher repetitions. Now, that does not mean you lifting a weight 50 times. It simply means you could pick a rep range if you're doing 6 to 8 or 10 to 12. Pick a rep range. When you reach failure, you could do a superset or a compound set, whatever, to kind of like keep tension on the muscle so that you deplete all the stores. And obviously, the benefits show. It shows here that the group that trained with really heavyweight, let's see, the myofibular protein synthesis was increased by up to 3.3, and the sarcoplasmic hypertrophy was increased by 1.7. 4 hours after exercise, but it went back to normal after a day. So that's pretty bad. But the 30% of 1 rep max training, their myofibular hypertrophy protein synthesis, was increased 3.6, which is higher than the previous one, which is very weird. And the sarcoplasmic was actually, I don't know about the sarcoplasmic, but the good thing is their protein synthesis, meaning the body was building muscle not only 4 hours post-workout, but also up to 24 hours post-workout, which is significantly higher than the other group. So guys, think about that when you designing your training routine. Try to combine both. Like I said, I don't think one is better than the other, but I would say find a way to incorporate both. Lift heavy, like what I do. I try to lift heavy in the beginning of my routine to stimulate mass and recruit a lot of motor units. And throughout the end of my routine, I just focus on getting that pump, that sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. So anyway, I hope this studies help. Like I said, watch my video when I showed you guys the place to go look for all this crazy information. I don't have time to quote everything because there's so much stuff. But if you're really curious, just go to Google, go to scholar.google and type up hypertrophy studies and you see it. Anyway, I hope that video helps. Like if it did, like button.